Hello, hello, hello. It's Tuesday. How's everyone doing today? Desk is still a mess, but that's okay because we're doing wiring, so I would have cleaned it up just to make another mess of it. Why do I have so many USB-C cables? Yeah, into the pile you go. How's everyone doing today? Push the button. I pushed the button. We are live now. Look, I'll even push the other button. Give us some music. There we go. Do I have my... Am I peaking? Whatever. I think we're okay. Yes, it is Tuesday. It is part 7. Part 7 of the RatRig build. I really need to get the beard. I'm getting a haircut like tomorrow. Not gonna chop the beard, but I'm gonna trim it in. It's getting a little what is it, Grizzly Adams-y. Keep up the good work. Okay, I will. You know what? Today was fun. You know what I did today? I went and talked to a financial planner. I got to start keeping better track of things. The lav mics. Yes. Okay. So, new equipment. Yay. Look, shiny stuff. Okay. So, back in ages of old, when we had the C920 was the main camera, the point of the channel was basically to be self-sufficient. So any money that I brought into the channel went into the channel. Okay. Now, obviously times have changed because this is my job now and I have a mortgage. So that isn't the same, but I still, invest into the channel. So for those that know, this year I'm going to several events. The first one's being Rocky Mountain Rep Brat Fest. And last year, I'm a one-man band, obviously. I don't have the budget nor really the need to have more than one person working on this channel. So when it comes to events, I like to keep things simple. So when I'm covering live events, last year I had my GoPro. So I have a GoPro Hero 10 here. And that's what I recorded everything. But for audio, because you're recording people at events, you can't just rely on the onboard mic. It sucks. I have the Zoom H4n, 2 XLR inputs. One went to a lav mic, and the other one I had a are you in here somewhere? Are you in here? Oh shoot. Well, hopefully I find it. A mic, and then I give it to like people at E3D who talk like this for the entire interview with the mic down here. So this year I'm upgrades people, upgrades. So instead of a separate audio device, I bought new lav mics, wireless lav mics. So we got this. So this is the big purchase for the channel for the next little while. As much as, hey look, it's from Bamboo Lab. So I watched a bunch of reviews. These are pretty much like really good for their price, and it's got everything I want. But we got 2 wireless lavs now. So I wear one, other one goes on person I'm talking to, and the receiver actually just kind of goes this way. You can put it on either way. Clips onto there. That goes in there. Boom. So this is it for recording everything. And then I got my 2 mics and I can watch the levels as I'm talking. So yeah. So I've heard good things about this, these mics. They're good to like 800 feet. I'm not going to be doing 800 feet away from the camera, but I've got that going for me, which is nice. And it all charges in this fancy case. Was a little pricey, but you know what? It's an investment in the channel. It is what it is, and it all charges. And they got magnets on it, so you can like stick them to things. Okay, not that. Is something on here is metal. I know something on here has got to be metal. I don't know. Either way, you can stick it to stuff. It's metal. So that is that hopefully should make things for the events that I cover this year a little bit more streamlined. Also, because the audio is recorded directly to the video, yes, I lose a potential backup because it's always good to have multiple audio sources. I had one video from last year, see if you can figure out which one, where I had to rely fully on the onboard audio because something went wrong with the mic. I forgot to hit the record button, but that wouldn't be an issue with this because it's always recorded. So we should be okay either way. So yeah, so now my travel setup for events is now just this. mic or mics and camera, and it all sits on one, and I can walk around and do that. So hopefully we should be good. That's kind of, I'm trying to get the setup as simple as possible, just because it's easier to work with, especially when it's just me working on stuff. So. But enough about me. How are you doing today? Everything good? What are you working on right now? What's your project? Did you know Friday is the community contest stream? And you still have time to enter if you haven't. So if you have, like, you know, a spool filament, or just a little bit of filament, you got, like, you know, like this much left, and you got no idea what you're gonna do with it, do something with it and enter the contest, because that's this Friday. Just finished 2.4. Congrats, EH. Tuning ERCFA. Fun. Calibrations. What for? That's a meme probably nobody understands. Okay. Let's get you out of the way. Get you out of the way. Oh yeah, we're working on a RatRig. Something fell over. What was that? I don't know. Oh, it's that. Okay. Cool. So yes, we're back on to wiring up the V-Core 3. It's a 250 spec build. Get this camera back online. There we go. So I think what we're gonna do now, we got to put the bed together. So let's do the bed. So let's do the bed, because I need to get the bed put together so we can wire it up. And for the bed wires, do they just kind of flop in the breeze? I'm thinking they just kind of flop in the breeze. There is the bed. There is the bed. Be back on the guest stream. It was awesome, and Grant is a great guy. Yes. Yeah, that was a fun stream. If you have any suggestions for other people you would like to be on the show, let me know. Obviously I don't want to do it like every stream, but this build should be done relatively soon. Same with that one. And then, oh shoot, I got to figure out another printer to build after that. But we'll need something to fill the content void, because right now we got 2 builds going. You guys are eating good when it comes to content right now. So we're gonna have to switch it up to something. Sanity? Maybe. I think Sanity does enough work, but if she also wants to moderate and be on a stream at the same time. Have you tried the Beacon 3D? I have not. I was actually tempted to put it on this machine, and I can't. And my other machines that I would put it on have taps, which I prefer. I have nothing against the Beacon. It's probably a great probe, but it's a fast inductive probe. It has all the downsides and the pros and cons that inductive probes have. It's just really fast. And I kind of, after using tap on 2 machines and clicky, I'm kind of really sold on physical probing of the bed surface with the nozzle, versus using inductive or eddy currents or anything like that. Like I can't use it on this bed. This bed has individual magnets. It doesn't work with that. And yes, I could tell it to avoid those points on the bed. But if you're using a probe that's really fast so you can probe and get an accurate map of the entire bed surface, what's the point of using it on a bed that you can't get a map of the entire bed surface? So yeah, there's a bunch of videos on clicky, or correction, on Beacon. I probably should have did a video because those videos are doing really good on the algorithm. But it's a fast inductive probe. Something Beacon really needed. Yeah, I don't run meshes. When I start my print, I pick up the 4 corners, I tram out the gantry or the bed, and then I hit print. So even if I measured those corners quicker on a 12-hour print, it doesn't really affect much. So it's really cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's, you know, a bad thing. It's just, it has its use case, and I can't really, in my use, I can't really justify it. So, c'est la vie. Well, there's already plenty of videos for setting it up. So, I don't like retreading content. Like, if that's why I don't do like Ender stuff. Enough people have done stuff on Enders that I don't do stuff on Enders, for the most part. Plus, I would need the machine to put it on. That machine's gonna get tap as soon as the kit shows up. I'm waiting on a mechanical kit, a machined aluminum kit for tap that's going in that. So, yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't have a machine to put it in. I would put it in a machine just to put it in a machine, and then that would be it. And it's not any of my regular use machines. I could put it in Tallboy. That's about it. Plus, it needs Clipper. Like, you have to be running Clipper. And as awesome as Clipper is, Clipper doesn't run on every machine, or not every machine is running Clipper. I can't put Beacon in, or on the VZ bot. Well, I don't have a VZ bot kit. So unless a kit shows up, I am not building one. There we go. I love how like nonchalant I am about putting on heater pads and like magnets nowadays. Remember when we first started doing this, magnets, you get all clean, you put your gloves on, you get in a clean room with fans going, and you would spend like 10 minutes slowly peeling back the paper, and then you would like use a squeegee. And now I'm just like, just kind of shove it on with my fingers and then get my LTT screwdriver and just kind of go over it. And hey, look, it's down. Is it centered? It's centered enough. It's good enough. It's good enough. I would put RTV around, but I actually looked for it before stream and it's all frozen up. Like it's, I need to buy new RTV. So luckily this bed comes off really easily, so I'll do that later. It should work, but it doesn't right now, as far as I'm aware. It needs its own code, I think. And with RepRap, I don't think it's as easy to get stuff added to RepRap as it is Clipper. The tap mounts online? Yes. We don't know where that's coming from. The consensus from what I've seen is people just aren't printing their parts correctly, because we've done a lot of internal testing with tap before it went live, and the types of failures where it's the parts where the belt comes into that main part and it pulls where your belts are. We haven't seen those real failures on any of our machines internally. So either they're over tightening their belts or they're not printing things well, as best I could say, because I haven't had those failures and I don't know anyone on the team who has, unless I'm missing something. So, slicer issue. It could just be print failure. You need to have a good printed part for it to work properly. And if the parts aren't printed well, you can get away with it in a lot of parts, but that part itself, because you have the belt tension there, is something you need to make sure your printed parts are good. So that could be it. I don't know for sure. I've only seen it on a few machines, and the majority of people that run tap really like it. So niche case. Print spares. Yeah, always print spares. And remember, the best backup part for a printer is another printer. If you only have one printer, the first thing you should do with that printer is print all the spare parts. I used to do that back when I only had one Voron, way back in the days of yore. The first thing I would do after building my Voron would be print all the parts again and just put them in a box and put them on a shelf somewhere. Okay, a chaotic lap. Yeah, I'm getting the chaotic lap, and just to make things spicy, carbon fiber gantry. Well, X gantry. Just to make things spicy. I'm gonna do a rook. I'm gonna be building a rook when I get a kit for it. But as of right now, I do not have a kit for it, so I will not be building a rook yet. There you go. As for the 100, I'm gonna be building a rook because the 100 just kind of looks like an upgraded rook, and I don't chase speed benchies, so yeah. I know Fabrico has kits. I'm. What do you think I'm getting the kit? Also, there might be a CNC of some sort coming at some point. Gotta figure that out still. Okay, bed. Do they have anything in this wiring guide about the bed? Warning, risk of electric shock. That's not good. I don't think there's anything, because there's nothing mains in here. I don't think. Oh, we do have bed. Okay, thermistor. Thermistor is easy. Ready? 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 We're gonna do the thermistor, guys. Everyone, thermistor. That goes. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Okay, well, it goes where the bed thermistor goes, which is. I don't know because it's not labeled on the front. Good job, Big Tree Tech. BTT. What board is this? Big T Tech. Octopus. Nice 3DP, $2. Cheers. What are your thoughts about beacon scanner? We already talked about it at the beginning of the stream. Really fast inductive probe. But at the end of the day, it functions similarly to an inductive probe, just very fast. So if you're running an inductive probe and you want something that does it faster, there you go. Pin out, GitHub. There we go. Although I watched, I can't remember which YouTube video it was about it. It was like some YouTube video was like making it out to be like the most revolutionary thing since sliced bread, and I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but okay. Where is a pinout? I need a pinout. Wiring diagram. Is this what I need? Is this what I need? Is download. Open. Okay, so it's one of these. Okay, but which one? Do you just have them labeled? Okay, whatever. Well, it's one of these. So I'm just gonna put in the first one and we're gonna call it a day. Which one's one? Big Tree Tech. Big Tree Tech, Big Tree Tech. Big Tree Tech. I don't like how they don't label it on the front. Label it on the front. Where? Pinout. There we go. Pinout. There we go. I know they can't because they don't have room. Move the stuff that's on the top to the bottom and then put your labeling on the front. Okay, so these are the pins. We got that J46, which is blah, 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 thermistor bed. So it's the bottom one. Okay, so it's the bottom one of thermistor bed, J44. Okay, that makes sense. Big Tree Tech. Big Tree Tech, Big Tree Tech. What are we gonna do with you, Big Tree Tech? What are we gonna do with you? Et voila. all the extra, we just kind of shove it in the hole. There we go. Easy peasy. It's a 3.1. Yeah. RatRig 3.1. Okay, so now this, one of these goes to neutral. It's gonna go there. So we gotta wire the power plug. Gotta put the power plug in this. So we got that wire. And a bunch of wires made up for this I was gonna use, if I could find them. And of course, I've misplaced them. How do you lose a wire that you had yesterday? Put my bank here. This guy. So I was on the phone last night helping somebody with some technical issues, and I was fiddling with stuff. You ever do that when you're on the phone and you just start fiddling with something and then you don't realize what you were fiddling with? And then everything's like not where you left it all of a sudden? That was me the other day. That was me last night. Dang it, I had it all made up. Where did I put them? Did you fall in the garbage? Nope, not in the garbage. Well, we'll just make some new ones, I guess. That is that. Do I have the... Where's the black cables? Nope. Here? Nope. Oh, you're definitely not what I want. Well, on the bright side, I found a jug of ISO. That's good. Down here. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, so we got yellow, which I will use for ground. We got red. I can't find my black. It's 16 gauge black wire, and I don't know where I put it. I got 20 gauge here. Because I had it in this bin, and I don't know where the bin went. You can tell we're getting near the end of the build because there's just wires and stuff everywhere now. You're hot end labeled, so I'm not going to use you. Yeah, it'll turn up. It'll turn up. It's got to be somewhere. Like, it's wire. Where can the wire go? It only goes where the wire goes. The missile knows where it is, because it knows where it isn't. I want to know which level of kit is this. I believe it's a full kit. These aren't the right spade terminals. Uh-oh. Where are my right spade terminals that I need for this? It's a full kit, although it is still kind of a beta-ish kit because it doesn't have like all the wiring and everything. It's missing a few components in that regard. So it's a 4.3 enclosed kit with some extras, essentially. Okay, so there's ground. Okay, I got a ground wire. I got a red wire. I need a black wire. Or a white wire will do, actually. I could just steal it from something else. I have extra wire, but it's already being used. Yeah, we might end up borrowing from something else. I can't find where I put all my spade connectors. Because everything's kind of a mess right now in the room, because I'm moving stuff around. So we're going to acquiesce some stuff from some existing hardware. Oh, look, here we go. This is exactly what I need. Would you look at that? The 3 wires that I need in exactly the length that I need. So let's use that. Will it be moving today? No. The plan today even if we get to the point where we're ready to start moving, we're not going to move today. I like to try and keep things segmented when it comes to build series. So if we'll be doing like firmware next stream, put it that way. There we go. There we go. I believe these are actually these wires from an ender. It's good enough for an ender. It's good enough for this. Frame looks like it needs to be reinforced. I think we got plenty of stronk here already. I don't think there's any more stronk we can fit in this thing. Okay, so we got to wire this up. How do you wire these up? Downloads, Explorer, downloads. Where is the V2.4 manual? Always cool. Didn't mean to open it with that, but I did. And I never remember how to wire these up. You would think I would remember how to wire these up by now, but I never do. Luckily, it's in the manual. Just not this manual. It's in the Voron manual because the RatRig manual doesn't have mains wiring stuff in there. There we go. Cool. Mine doesn't look like that. Mine doesn't look like that. So, okay, let's see here. Let's see here, because we only have the 2-prong. So I'm assuming you switch on the neutral. So this would be, that's live. So this goes to there, and then that comes out. Alex, $5. Cheers. What are your expectations for RatRig versus? They're completely different machines with different build ethos. But at the end of the day, they're both fully featured, capable machines of doing whatever you want them to do. Yeah, you switch on neutral, right? You want the switch on neutral, right? Is that switch hot? Okay, we'll switch hot. So that's live. And this is live. That is neutral. And these aren't really sticking to this too much. There we go. A little bit of squish, just to make sure it don't move anywhere. There we go. There we go. Okay, all good. So this now goes into here, and oh, this is going to be great because I already got connectors crimped on here, and that hole is too small. My hole is too small. I'm switching live. I'm switching live. Don't worry. Okay, one. And that's the ground, which is the smallest wire. This might not work. I don't want to cut these ends off and have to recrimp. I'm going to have to recrimp these. Great. Can we get $1? If I had $1 for every time somebody asked me between Voron or RatRig, I would have a few dollars. I would still, you know, have to work, but I wouldn't have to work, you know, I might be able to take a day off. So that goes there, and then those will go up to there, and hopefully we have enough room. Okay, so now, well, on the bright side, these aren't going to fall out because they're pushed into there now. Yeah, okay. I have some flathead screws. Warren 2 or Ender 3, which one? You should get an ANET. ANET's coming back. I'm telling you, everyone's been sleeping on ANET. They're gonna come out of nowhere and just blow everyone's socks off. You don't know what they're coming out with. The age of ANET has returned. ANET is fire. Oh, there's a nut in the back. Oh, where are me nuts? All I'm saying is I'm kind of happy now that, you know, Creality's coming out with a what hopefully is a decent Core XY. Because competition is good in the market. Plus, hopefully, it'll get Bamboo to open up a bit. Because their hardware is really good. I just don't like their software. Because, you know, if they had, you know, instead of developing their own thing and just, you know, slap Clipper on the bitch, they could have taken all that money that they spent developing their own firmware, which Clipper does everything that it does, and more, and use it to have a cheaper printer or better hardware in the machine. What's your opinion on Voron versus RatRig? Troy J, $2. I thank you for your $2 donation. It will go a long way in supporting the channel. I had a whole bunch of these, and where did I put them? Over here. Have I seen the big TT Tech? Yeah, you mean this? They had this before the Sonic Pad. It's called the Pad 5. They just have a bigger version now called the Pad 7. All it is a controller, not a Raspberry Pi. It's a CB1 in this case, but that could also use a CB1, and a touchscreen. That's all it is. And Big Tree Tech is doing it the right way and just having normal everyday Clipper on it instead of the butchered walled garden Creality version that they cooked up. So you can actually run normal mainline Clipper on it and not be fully reliant on Creality for updates and, you know, anything else they want to, any little presents they leave in the code for you. Anyone put a Wireshark on one lately? Have I seen Steve's Micron? I have. I've also seen mine. They didn't partner. They sponsor Clipper, kind of like how they sponsor Marlin. Is Steve here? Hi, Steve, if you're here. ANET K3 or SK Tank? I haven't built a K3, so I have no idea. As for the SK Tank, I don't know. I haven't built one. I built a Cube. I only really give answers for those that are new, and apparently there's a bunch of you. I only give answers, like definite answers on things that I have experience with. So I built a Cube. It's not bad. I prefer aluminum extrusion frame versus the style they went with. But It is what it is. Apples or oranges? Neither. Okay, so you're gonna go here, but I can't put you in yet because I gotta get at this. And that goes there. Okay, so we're gonna have to mount this in. So one of these has to go into that. And I don't know. Okay, so let me bring this up all the way to see how much we need here. How am I going to power the Pi? With hopes and dreams. Also 5 volts from the Octopus. Dr. Pepper or Coke? Pepsi Zero? Does that count? Trying to avoid sugary drinks. Need a list? Voron, 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 bamboos. Voron. There's a bonsai right there. There's a bonsai. M1 Abrams or the Leopard. Personally, KF51. That's not out yet. The Panther. Okay, so we got that. You know I can't say no to a good German armor. Look at that kinematic bed mount. Why can't they go up any higher than that? Oh, would help if I took the little stops out. Like, why can't I go up anymore? And if I go look at chat and anyone says the T14 Armada, you've been drinking way too much vodka. What MBT do we have in Canada? We actually, when I was in, and it's been a hot minute, we had Leopard 1s, but with an upgraded, I think, a Leopard 2 turret. So it was basically like a pimped out Leopard 1. I mean, it's not like we need a ton of armor. We have, you know, Uncle Sam right there, and, you know, NATO. So, you know, you attack Canada, you attack all of NATO. I love that. Like, every now and then it comes up in, you know, the government, oh, our military needs to be super strong. What if the Russians invade? If the Russians invade, then American helps. It's called part of being NATO. You attack one, you attack all. That's the beauty of NATO. Okay, there we go. So that's how tall the bed is. The Warthog. Warthog is outdated and needs to be retired. Its role doesn't need to exist anymore. Also, it's got way too many blue on blue kills for my liking. And as somebody who knows somebody who's been involved in one of those, yeah, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. So, we need to sleeve this. And I know I have some sleeves somewhere. Aha, I do. Can you run Beacon and a BL Touch at the same time? Probably not. I don't know. It was an American Warthog. Yep. The role they are meant for doesn't exist anymore. You can kind of argue it with the Ukraine situation right now, but they have the Su-25, which fills the same role, and they don't use that one that much. Also, the cannon can't hit ship. But the Burt is, oh, the Burt. If you ever get the chance to watch a live, a real A10 go Burt IRL. Oh. Just hope it's not, you know, trying to, hope it's not trying to be, you know, hope it knows what it's aiming at. Got a mobile cam. You guys can suffer with me. So I don't know if this kit, I don't think this kit comes with wire wrap. This is some I have left over from a build that I'm using. And I absolutely detest this stuff. I can never get it to go on right. And I do have a printed jig that's supposed to make it easy, but I always misplace it. And I always print a new one, and then I forget about it. And then I print another one. So. How much more do I need? Oh. PF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Okay. So that should be enough. Actually, no, shoot, because it's sliding down. I need more. AC 130. AC 130 only works if you're fighting against an enemy that has 0 anti-air. Which, yeah. I absolutely hate wire sleeving. Never get it to go on right or easily. There we go. Okay, so I've got some zip ties up there. Let me just put one zip tie in for now, just so we can move on. It's only my luck, I'm gonna have to take this all apart for some reason. There we go. Okay. Printed tool from the Prusa build. Somewhere. In terms of printed tools that I may or may not have, that may or may not be one of the ones that I may or may not still have or may have lost. So, the AI Typhoon is better for compared to the 5th gen. Also, the F-20. F-22 completely dominated in its role. It's the reason that, you know, better tanks haven't come out in the past 20 years. because we haven't needed them. Remember, the plane that beats the, or correction, the F-15 has how many air-to-air kills and 0 losses? It is the dominant air superiority fighter. And the F-22 eats it for dinner. The problem is there's nothing to counter it, so they haven't had to use it for anything. And it just wrecks balloons. Remember, the F-22 is 80s hardware built in the 90s. A-10 flew more golf missions with low losses. Yeah, they also murked quite a few friendlies in the process. And also, pretty much everything that flew in the Gulf War had low losses. Like, even tanks. 73 Eastings, anyone? American losses were obscenely low in the Gulf War. Everything got to, like, go on a kill streak. What the balloons were? The first one was a spy balloon. The rest were pretty much weather balloons that everyone freaked out of and shot out of the sky. Notice how we're not shooting down balloons anymore? Did everyone kind of realize what they were? Steve, get to 5 community memberships. Cheers. How do we get into this topic? This is a 3D printing channel. Why do you get Laser Pig on here or something? Yeah, it's easy to have locale. Yeah, when you're fighting against a country like, it's easy to have low casualties. Okay, so I need, well, that'll work. This will work. Actually, we'll use this. We'll use this because this is, oh, neutral. I need neutral wire. Hey, look at this. This will work. VCore equals tank talk. This is true. What is Laser Pig? Another YouTube account. Or channel. It is, I find this absolutely hilarious. So obviously I don't live in a bubble. Okay. As somebody who, you know, my YouTube account's from 2006. So there are many content creators that I watch, and some of them have communities that I am part of. And it's always hilarious when, like, I make a reference to one of them, or like I make an in-joke, or I wear merch from one of them. And these are large channels with like 200,000, 250,000 plus viewers, and not a single person like realizes it or like notices. And you're like, wow, it's sometimes you think what's big is not big. Bring back the Avro. Avro was dead on arrival. As a Canadian, the Avro was what? A super fast intercept fighter designed to take out Russian bombers. That came out right at the point where that kind of aircraft became obsolete because air-to-air missiles. And they stopped, you know, doctrine changed from bombers to ICBMs. So yes, the Avro was amazing at going really fast in a straight line. And that type of use case pretty much went away after it went away. I live in Canada, work with LTT. LTT is a 3-day drive away from me on the other side of the continent. Okay, so right now, for those that don't know what I'm doing, I'm wiring up the bed. So with the bed, we have a solid state relay. So we got 2 wires here that connect to here. This turns the relay on and off. We got the 2 white wires here that come out of the bed. One of them is going to go right into, I can never remember, do you switch live or do you switch neutral? On the, you switch live with an SSR, I believe. Can't remember. Or is it opposite with an SSR? I can never remember. Switch live. Yeah, you switch live. So one of these wires is going to go to live on the PSU, and the other one, it's a heater, so it doesn't matter which wire is which. It's going to go through the SSR and then connect to neutral, or connect to live. So this is neutral, always on. Live is SSR. So it's, as long as it makes a loop, and this is on the live side, you're good. Sure those are tight. Okay. Should go into a Wago? No, why would it go into a Wago? It's connected directly to the SSR. No thermal fuse. There isn't one on the bed. It might be built into the bed itself. But we are building this as it came, and as it came, it doesn't have one. Unless it has one built in, which this might have one built in. I don't know. And I don't think the kit has one. So, yeah. And that was my last spade connector. That's what I'm shopping for. I gotta have one somewhere. I've got to have a spade connector somewhere. I know I do. I know I do. You know I do. Nope. 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 Maybe in here. Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. 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 Yes! There's one built into the pad, 150cc. There you go. There is one built into the pad. Yeah, I assume so. I just didn't know for sure. I was about to actually look up the manual to see what it says. Or the spec sheet. There's a hole in the bed if you want to connect another one for some reason. Always double up. Actually, no. Usually you don't have to double up. Okay, so that goes into there. This one goes into... Actually, turn this around. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. You know what today is? Do you know what today is, guys? Do you know what is happening after stream today? I'm so excited. It would help if I use the right size Allen key for this. It's Tuesday. It's Costco day. Go to Costco. Get some samples. I'm Morton. I am not that old. I'm 35. That doesn't. I got 5 more years before I got to deal with that. Okay, so neutral. Or ground. Neutral. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Everything's there is good. So that's live. So that's neutral. Okay. Okay. There we go. Cool. That's off. So now we give it some power and see how good there. So if all goes well, you should get a green light there and no sparks there. So get a good camera angle, because you know you got to get a good camera angle anytime you turn on electronics for the first time, because if it blows up and everything fries, you at least want to use that footage for content. Okay. Live, neutral, ground. Cool. Send it. I forgot fans power on automatically. This has noise canceling. Did you hear that fan? That kind of scared me for a second there. That fan went burr. That is a part cooling fan. I felt that. The firmware for Octopus fires up the hot ends. I don't think it fires up the hot ends on start. Which we don't have the hot end hooked up yet. We don't have the hot end hooked up yet. So it couldn't fire up the hot end. Unless it's wireless. Because like the wire's here for the hot end and the plug for it's here. So, Michael, does this have wireless power for the hot end? I don't think it does. I don't think that's on this. It's an option for this one yet. Silent machine. Yeah, this printer does not go burr silently. Picture. Yeah. Oh, it's a pro version. That's got the wireless power. That makes sense. I gotta get a jug of this stuff. That stuff's good. It's Bluetooth. Okay, Bluetooth 5, right? Bluetooth 5, remember, has that protocol built in. Okay, so we're good there. So that's the fan. So at least we got the fans wired up correctly. I mean, they're loud, but they do fan things. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Induction hot end. The company that makes that induction hot end reached out to me, and I forgot to reply because I saw the email at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, I'll reply in the morning. That was like over a month ago, and I'm just remembering that now. Meh. Okay, I don't think I need this long of a cable. I could plug it into the... Ooh. Okay, I just realized that. Oops. Oh well. Here's the thing with an inductive thing. Do you really need inductive heating in a hot end? Like, is current hot end tech like at the point where we're limited by? I'm all for PTC. I think PTC is fine, honestly. Okay, so where does this wire up to? Because this we do have in the manual. Why am I saying the Halo thing? Probe. Okay, so the probe goes there. Right about, so about that much wire. About that much wire. For preheating, here's the thing with preheating. Preheating would probably give you a massive headache, because think about it. The problem, one of the biggest hurdles of 3D printing, FDM, filament based, I hate saying FFF, FDM, filament based 3D printing, is your flow control is your filament. Okay, your flow control is your filament. So pushing on your filament controls how much filament comes out of the nozzle. Okay, if you had a preheat that heated your filament up, that means you're turning this nice rigid material into spaghetti. Okay, you're pushing rope now. It's like printing with TPU all the time. So you're going to lose flow control. You're not going to be able to get clean retractions and feed in a consistent feed as much as you used to, because you're turning your control, the thing that controls how much filament comes out of the nozzle, into wet rope, into a wet noodle. So preheating your filament, yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that's a tech tree worth going down. And then also, the filament gets, you know, a decent amount of time to heat up as it kind of like to warm up as it goes through your Bowden tube in an enclosed printer. So you could just coil the filament, just get some PTFE tube and just make a big coil at the top. Like, you know how people heat their pools up by having a bunch of pipes on like their garage in the sun and like paint them all black, and it kind of heats up your pool water, just run the water through. Just do that. Do a big coil at the top of your printer where all the heat is, and it'll warm up your filament before it goes into the direct feed tool head. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think preheating filament is a viable tech tree, essentially. Every time I cut these wires, I'm always like paranoid of slicing everything off. Ah, I didn't screw it up this time. Okay, so how do I wire this up? What do I got? Okay, so we got, is this a 5 volt? Yeah, this is 5 volt. Okay, so we got brown, blue, white. 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 Sorry, I meant preheating when the nozzle is cold and goes 20 to 200. Like, how much time are you looking to save? A Revo does that in under a minute. Like, a Revo's at like ABS temps in like 30 seconds. And that's just a regular old slow Revo. Like, on a 12-hour print, are you saving that much time? 42 ambient. Here's the thing when it comes to printing ABS. The hotter, the better. 42 is hotter than 41, so you should be okay. Basically, in my opinion, printing over, if you can get anything 40 or better in a chamber, you're good for ABS. You shouldn't have any issues. Also, the hotter the chamber is, the stronger your ABS prints are, so. 30 to 40 seconds. Yeah. On a 12-hour print, if you were to have your hot end heat up time, is that really something worth it? Like, the only time that I think having that rapid heat up and rapid cool down, you would want rapid cool down too. If you are running a multi-tool head setup, and when you park your tool head, you want it to power down and cool off really quickly so it doesn't ooze. In that case, yes, having a hot end that heats up and cools down really quickly is beneficial, and you would want that, okay? But on a single nozzle setup, you have what, that initial heat up and then the cool down after a print's done. Yeah, who cares? What hot end? We have a ultra high flow Rapido with a 0.6 nozzle. I want this machine to go fast, because if it's going to be loud AF, I want it to go fast. Yep. 0.6, 200 millimeter cube volume. Go. Okay, so let's see here. So we have, I need to put this on an arm. I need like a 3-point arm for this, for the mobile camera, so I can move it around, because this is kind of, having it on the tripod and then having to use it on the desk is kind of annoying. Okay, so that is a 5-pin connector. I'm using JST because that's all I have. I don't have DuPont. So this is going to kind of go on here like that. Should fit. It's going to go like that. Okay, that goes like that. Okay, cool. So we got brown is 2 in. Wait. Why do I got different color wires here? Brown, blue, white. Which is which? I've got on this, I got brown, black, blue. Okay, I'm pretty sure black is signal. I'm pretty sure black is signal on these. Because that would be, brown is usually power, which I'm assuming that's power because it's not labeled. Black is signal. Okay, yeah. So we got BL touch. Okay, so we got 5 volt, ground, and signal. So yeah, so black is signal. So yeah. So this is right. Yeah, so white is black, and then blue is ground. Right. So check. So we got 5 volt, ground, signal, 5 volt, ground, signal. Okay. There we go. That is that. Yeah, it is what it is. That's why you follow the manual when you do these streams, so you can make sure everything's good. This is a printed cable channel, by the way, for those that don't know. I see somebody at it. So you can find the, I'm saying you can find the STLs for this on the RatRig site. I really like this. It'd be nice if the tabs didn't come off, like if they just swung open instead of coming off. But I really like this cable chain. It's actually really nice. And you probably could just, instead of having mounted with holes, you could just VHB it on. So. No, these parts all came with the kit. I guess RatRig is trialing ASA parts, and these are some of them. So, Okay, so we got that. We got power. What is the next thing on this? So we got the Pinda, Y end. Oh, we gotta put our end stops. Yeah, we should probably do that. Okay. I have cables for that. Huzzah! So let's go up. Up. Okay. So that is that. So do I have a Bowden tube? Did this kit come with a Bowden tube? It came with sleeving that I'm going to use for the tool head. I use different sleeving for the bed wire. Oh, here we go, Bowden tube. So we do have Bowden tube, and it's the good stuff. It's the loosey-goosey stuff. You want to use loosey-goosey for a reverse Bowden. The RatRig print versus Prusa Mark IV with input shaper. I don't know. Has Prusa showed it off yet, or are they still teasing? Where is... Actually, probably shouldn't just scroll through Twitter live anymore, because I don't know what old Muskie's doing with it. So Prusa's teasing this. This flinger is a flingin'. This is a bed flinger, and I will say, some people I've already seen like, oh, you're using deck fast. Yeah, but this looks really clean. So, yeah. That looks really clean, and that's moving at a decent speed. That's you know, speed benchy speed, but that's, you know, compared to traditional normal machines that we all have, that ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby. So I'm assuming that is the Mark IV, I guess would be what it's called. Because let's be honest, you know they're working on a Mark IV. Why would they not be working on a Mark IV? Let's just take everything we've learned from the XL and just throw it on a Mark III, Mark IV. Because here's the thing, as much as I chirp about bed flingers, there's nothing wrong with a bed flinger. The actual motion system of a bed moving in a 3D printer, guess what? There's multi-million-dollar CNCs that have the bed move. It's fine. You just have to have the machine built well. And the problem is a lot of bed flingers are they're cheap. So. Okay, so so this comes underneath, I guess. So what am I doing now? Oh, end stops. Let's do some end stops. So we got, where are the end stops? Where's the X end stop? So we got two end stops here. So X is on this side. In the process of getting rid of your Mark III. Right now would probably be the best time to get rid of it, because the value of them is already dropping with recent other printers coming out that have been a much better value for the average consumer. So probably if you're going to sell, now is the time to sell. Yeah. Because the value isn't going to get any better once the Mark IV and the XL comes out. And yeah, you can argue the XL cost isn't worth it. That's kind of your... So that's hotend thermistor. Okay, so we haven't wired that one up yet. End stop prep. Okay, X end stop. Okay, so X goes to there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, for the single nozzle XL, but once you start looking at the multi tool head ones or the multi extruder ones, yeah, it starts to be a more attractive offer. Wow, this is gonna be really long. Like, I know they make it long so that it's, you know, it makes sense, but that is long. Yeah, we're gonna trim this. We're gonna trim. Like, I could just go and call it a day and just shove the extra in here. And guess what? That's what I'm gonna do. What are your thoughts about the AMS against the ERCFA? Completely different things. If you're running a bamboo, you're running an AMS. If you're not running a bamboo, you're not running an AMS. Or correction, if you're running a bamboo, you're only running an AMS. If you're not running a bamboo, you're like, wow, I can't get that point across. If you're running a bamboo, you're only running an AMS. If it's not a bamboo, it's not an AMS. So obviously, what machine do you have? Is it a bamboo? Get an AMS. If it's not a bamboo, you're not getting an AMS for it. So. Is there anything that separates this back compartment from the chamber? Is there like a part that goes in here that I know of? There is a shelf? Okay. So I'm assuming that shelf is in the middle-ish. Is it? This is a little too long. This one we're shortening. Right about there. There's a printed shelf. Okay, cool. Do I have it? I don't know if I have it. Don't think I have it. I'm running pretty low on printed parts, and they're kind of everywhere, so I'm assuming I do. Yellow bed springs or silicone? Do you need to adjust your bed a lot? I run springs for the most part, and it's never been an issue, so. Or go rigid and just not worry about springs at all and run a bed mesh. You can only really do that if your bed's good to begin with. They're black. Okay, I'll dig through the parts. If I can't find it, I'll just print one. Not a huge deal. Can't get your bed mesh to work? Well, why isn't it working? Star Trek or Star Wars? Honestly, neither right now is keeping me that entertained. I'm kind of really burnt out I haven't watched any of the new season of Mandalorian yet. Like, I don't know, I'm getting really burnt out on existing IPs. I've heard Andor is good. I haven't watched it yet. Like, don't get me wrong. I like Mandalorian the first 2 seasons. But like, yeah, it was cool when Luke showed up at the end of season 2. But then it just became just another oh, here comes all the other characters that we all know. I liked it better when it was just a show set in the Star Wars universe, and you just kind of happened to. There were little acknowledgments of other things, but it was like a small part in a big galaxy. And now it's like, oh no, now it's this. Oh, now we got this person in it. Oh, here comes this person from that show. And it's like, great, now it's just like everything else. So Stargate? I love Stargate. I remember it was, I can't remember when it was. It was after the show ended. I think it was like literally like the year after the show ended. I binge watched all 10 seasons of that show in like 2 weeks. That's all I did for like, I was on summer vacation. I was still in school. So I had summer break, and I just like wake up, start watching the show all day, and then go to bed. Now that was my day for like a while. Yeah, I haven't heard good things. Okay, if they fix Picard, maybe I'd give it a shot. Because I heard some I seen some things about season 1 and season 2 that really didn't make me want to watch that show. I was like, really? That's what they're doing with Picard? I was like, oh, okay. I'm hearing Borkin. Why am I hearing Borkin? I'm hearing a heckin' foofer bark. 1 second. I'll be back in 1 second. While I'm gone, you know the. Just a package. Okay. They basically ignore season 1, season 2. Okay, that's good. Expanse? Yeah, I need to watch Expanse. I watched the first season of Expanse, and then I just kind of stopped. Okay, so that's that. That's that probe installed. We got the probe installed. Bed thermistors hooked up. Bed thermistors installed. Okay, so now we got to do the tool head, the hot end. Okay, so that's cooling fan, that's that. Hot end heater. Okay, so I gotta make some cables here. Because I've got these made up. So let's see here. So I've got 2 connectors here, and they got shrink wrap on them, which kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to cut the shrink wrap off so I can actually get at them. Because I can't put a connector on it. What's your take on the beacon probe? I've spoken. This is the 6th time we've spoken about the beacon on this live stream. We are becoming increasingly efficient at it. Are you ready? It's an inductive probe that's fast. Yes, I know it uses eddy currents and whatnot, and it's not quite an inductive probe, but it functions. It has the same pros and cons as an inductive probe, and it's really fast. But you have the same downsides. So it only measures metal, and you have to have a uniform bed surface. So that means, like, this machine, because the bed has magnets in it, like it has individual magnets embedded, I can't use a beacon probe with it. Okay, technically you can, but in doing so, you no longer are able to probe the entire bed. And if you can't probe the entire bed, what's the point of using a probe designed to probe the entire bed quickly? So, yeah. Okay, what connector is that? I don't know what connector that is. Is this microfit? Hey, Michael, if you're in chat, what connectors are on these heaters? What connectors are these? They got heat shrink on them, so I can't actually get at them until I cut this heat shrink off. Because I can't actually move. What about the bacon probe? Bacon. That's on BL Touch. I bought one 5 years ago. I didn't like it. If anything's changed, then yeah, but if nothing's changed, then nothing's changed. Lit Meanwell from a worse China one. It should say Meanwell on it. I'm sure Meanwell has a way to distinguish legit ones from clones, but I don't know the exact method. If you bought a reputable kit, you should have a legit one. It's extremely accurate while measuring actual distance. Well, that is true. So it's actually measuring distance instead of microsteps, because it's basically when most probes are on and off. So it can only measure to the accuracy of a microstep. However, if your microstep is 0.00125 millimeters, do you need more accurate than that already? Like where your first layer is 0.2 millimeters and a microstep on a Z setup like this is usually 0.00125. So if you're accurate to within a microstep of that, you're already well within, like, if it's 1 degree hotter in your room, it'll throw it off. So it's just very diminishing returns, I think. A lot of stuff, and this kind of, I hope I don't sound like bad on it, but there's a lot of things in 3D printing where we are well into the point of extremely minimal returns on like the new tech. It's like, we're getting it's diminishing returns is hitting a lot of fields really hard right now in 3D printing. Support a car. I was on the phone with somebody last night helping them with some troubleshooting, and I was actually I had the printer here on the ground. I was just sitting on it, like legit. I was just sitting on the printer while I was on the phone. Okay, so I don't know what connector these are. And I don't have, is this microfit? This might be microfit. If that's microfit, we're good. I love me microfit 3s. Although I'm really low, I'm gonna have to stock up. Yeah, so that's microfit, so we're good there. So this is microfit, I can work with that. This one is not microfit, so I'm gonna have to cut this and put a new connector on. Well, the sturdiest? Yeah, sturdy is good. I feel like Nero needs a soapbox to stand on. Hi, David. Everyone say hi, David. Are you gonna be at Rapid too? Are you going to Rapid too? Or are you just going to, you'll be at Rapid, right? Extension in the box. I didn't see an extension in the box unless well, I already cut it off. So maybe when I went through it, I put it somewhere and I don't know where, but I didn't see anything in my pile here. I am everywhere. Okay, cool. I'll see you at Rapid then too. It's gonna be fun for me to try and figure out how to do videos at Rapid, because everyone that I'm gonna see at Rapid that I would normally do a video with, I'm seeing at Rocky Mountain. So it's like, didn't we just do a video? Double dipping on that content. There we go. Big showing of the warranty. Will it be at Rocky Mountain? Yes. 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 In fact, there will be a big showing of the War On team at Rapid, or at Rocky Mountain. There's a lot of people going. So it should be a good time. And I'm flying into Denver in Colorado at around 4:20 p.m. on 4/20. So that should be funny. It's the funny number from the lettuce. Any exciting news? I don't know. Like Buddy said, there's going to be a big showing at Rapid, or at Rocky Mountain. There's going to be a bunch of people from the team there. It's going to be a big showing. It's going to be fun. Landing in Denver on port 21 at 12:30. Not as entertaining. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. So I'm going in early, just because I figure it won't be as busy traveling on a Thursday instead of the Friday, and that way I can actually like do stuff on the Friday. Because apparently there's a bot grinder meetup in Denver around that weekend, so maybe I go crash that for a little bit. But otherwise, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to a micro center. I've never been to a micro center. I got to go to a micro center. Forehead shower head. Yeah, we're gonna release. Yeah, that's the big Voron release, the shower head, or the Voron shower. I need cables. I need an extension. Okay, there we go. PTFE. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I should go to a micro center and spend all my money. All the money. Okay, how long is this? That's long enough. How did you get tangled up? Will I come back with a 99 ender? Well, I'm flying, so probably not. I'm flying into Chicago too, so that'll be fun. For Rapid is going to be a little bit of a more in and out type situation because I'm flying out of Detroit Airport at like 8:30 in the morning on Tuesday. I'm landing at Chicago Midway at like 8:45. It's an hour flight, but it's an hour behind. So I land at the same time I take off pretty much. And then I got to get a cab for a 20-minute cab ride to wherever Rapid's at is like 20 minutes away. And I should be there for when the doors open. Maybe. And then I leave Thursday pretty much right after the show ends. Hello, Calvin. Yeah, you fell. What does the boo have? Milkshakes? Why do we have milkshakes? Hey, Coda.
And when we went to the park, two girls playing in a mud puddle. You went towards it, but not in it.
You stayed out of the mud? And you behaved at school today?
Yeah.
Good job. Fist bump.
So when he asked for milkshakes after that, I said, okay.
Okay, you did very good. Daddy's happy. Yeah, happy? Good job. You gonna say hi?
No, I'm in bed.
Huh?
I'm going to bed day.
No, you had a good day.
Day.
Hey, you gonna show off your hair? What, you got a new haircut?
Yeah.
Do you like your new haircut?
Yeah.
Hey, what's on Thursday?
What's in 2 days?
What's in 2 days?
Or Earth Day.
It's your birthday!
Yeah.
How old are you turning?
5.
5? And what are you getting? It's just-
Or Earth Day.
Yeah, your birthday. What are you getting for your birthday? What toys?
Go.
A telescope, yeah.
Or
Chocolate or sugar?
I will have some chocolate. Go. Thank you.
I want to go.
Yes. Got chocolate, and then we have your strawberry.
Thank you. There we go. I haven't had a McDonald's milkshake in forever. Gary gifted 1 community membership. Cheers, Gary. Oh, that's going straight to my thighs. It's good though. But yeah, so Rapid, I fly in the morning on Tuesday and I fly out Thursday pretty much right after the show ends. So I got a hotel right across the street from the event. So I shouldn't need to drive anywhere because I don't want to rent a car in Chicago. And so the only thing I need is a taxi drive from the airport to the center. So that should be pretty good. Although I'm kind of looking into getting a new, because right now my backpack that I use for all this, which it works fine. Like the backpack works, but it's not exactly like, it's a little busy for this type of event. So I'm looking into getting like a travel backpack, because I really don't want to bring I just only want to bring a backpack to Rapid, because it's only 2 days, and I only need 2 extra shirts basically and underwear. So I'm kind of looking into getting a new backpack. If anyone has suggestions, and a bunch of people are saying, I knew people would say the LTT backpack. We'll see. We'll see. What telescope? Oh, just a simple one from like Toys R Us, because he's getting a bunch of other stuff. So just one of the things is a telescope. LTT. The thing is, I actually, so no joke, I did look up the LTT backpack. I had no problem dropping like $60 American on this. 250 Yankee Doodle dollars for a backpack is woo. That's a spicy meatball. That's a spicy meatball. I've heard good things. I know Joel likes his. 511. Well, this is a Maxpedition Falcon. Or is it a Falcon or a Raptor? I think it's a Falcon. So this has been my like go-to backpack. If you saw me last year, I even got like my GoPro mount on it. So I just put the GoPro on my shoulder. So this has been my go-to backpack for like the past decade. It's been to the field. I use it as a range bag. It's a great backpack. But for covering events like Rapid, where I'm walking around all day with a tactical OD green backpack, I kind of want to be a little bit more professional looking. So. So here's the thing though, if I'm going to spend over 200, I might as well get the LTT backpack for the memes, because why not at that point? It's just, I'd rather not spend $250 on a backpack. I still got to do my taxes. I would say Uncle Sam's going to get my money, but I'm Canadian, and Uncle Sam already still takes some of my money. Oh, look at this. I can reuse this one. Sweet. Wow, that's the same like. Cool. 3D print a back box and put straps on it. No. Uncle Sam takes everyone's money. Yeah, I know. That's kind of how it is, though, unfortunately. It do be how it is, though. It do be how it is, though. I used to have all kinds of nice, organized wires, and now I don't. Is this too short? That's too short. That'll work. So we'll add. There we go. Does Stream Elements do a backpack? I don't know. Let's find out. Revenue. Am I eligible for any sponsorships? No. Merch. Let's see. Create new item. What would I like to create? I don't see a backpack. No, they got totes. They got eco totes. I can put an eco toke. Careful hats. Oh, they got a. Ooh, they got bucket hats now. Other. Yeah. No backpack. I got a notification. Why do I got a notification? Oh, I'm live. That's what that is. We'll see. We'll do some shopping, look around. Here's the thing. I've purchased, not a lot, but I've purchased a bunch of clothes from LTT store. I've got a bunch of shirts, the hats. My normal everyday hat is like it's the gray LTT dad hat. I got 2 of those, a gray and a red one. The screwdriver I like. So yeah, I do like LTT stuff. They do make good apparel. It's just the backpack is pricey. I was also looking at the coat, the new coat they have, like a spring coat, because I need a spring coat, and that's also kind of ooh. Keep wearing the one work gave me, you know, I don't work for him anymore. Be professional. Are you looking into my bag to see what I have in there? Also, the reason I would want to bring everything in just one bag is because I get to the event before check-in time at the hotel. So if I show up and I have like a little carry-on along with the backpack, I have to deal with that until the hotel opens up or a room opens up and I can put that in. And I don't want to walk around with 2 things all day. So that's why I kind of want to put it all in one bag. Yeah, I got the well, I don't have the LTT because I got my Gamer Sups cup right now, which I'm trying out the totally PG rated titty milk flavor, and it's actually quite good. It's coconut. Hotels will hold on. Okay, so maybe I will bring a carry-on then. That way I can leave the laptop in the room too. Instead of lugging that around all day. Because then the only thing I got to bring is my streaming setup, which I can just get a light bag for that. Yeah, I'll check with the hotel. I got to call and see if I can get early check-in too. Okay, so we got all that. So I believe that is all the wiring for the Toolhead done now. I just got to sort out making this not look like ass. Easy peasy, lemony squeezy. So apparently this goes underneath. These ones go underneath. But I don't know where. Oh, right there. Okay. So I need some zip ties. Ooh, I got green zip ties to match the green printed parts. ASA versus ABS. Either or. You'll probably never notice a difference between good ABS and good ASA, but there is more good ASA out there than good ABS. There's a lot of really shitty ABS, but if you use a good ABS, like Polymaker, you shouldn't have any issues. Let's see here. Can we get a good camera angle from above? That is way too zoomed in. Punch up. There we go. Move you over here. Yeah, that kind of works. Any zip tie holders underneath? Nope. Okay, so this goes here. It would help if I put it in the zip tie. This ain't gonna work. The camera's all blurry. What are you focusing on? Don't focus on that. Focus on me. Here, focus on me. Follow the hand. I kind of want to shorten this one because that is, I don't like where that connector is going to end up. I'd rather the connector be in there. You come. Yeah, I'm gonna shorten this one. I don't like how long this is because I don't want the connector being up in an area where it's going to be doing this. I guess it doesn't really matter though. ASA is more weather. Yeah, okay, so ASA is ABS formulated for UV resistance. How often are your printers outside? It depends on what you're printing. Also, even in automotive now, there's ABS that they use for car parts outside all the time. They're just different formula. Might be the angle. No, this machine's massive. This machine is massive, but this is because this is a machine that's spec'd to go up to 500 millimeters cube volume at 200. So like this part here, when you look at the machine, you got this dead space, right? The bed ends here. This is the back of the machine. So you've got what? 8 inches of dead space, okay? This will always be the same. So on a 500 millimeter printer, you're still gonna have that 8 inches of dead space behind it. You're still gonna have like the 2 inches up front here. But at 500, the ratio makes a little bit more sense. But when you bring the machine down to this size at 200, you still have this big chunk at the front and back that doesn't change. Same with like this part and the bottom part. Plus it's made out of 30-30 extrusions. If you watch this channel a lot, we build a lot of Vorons. That's all 2020. So also this has a backpack. On a Voron, it's underneath. So this adds to the depth of the printer because we've got a backpack for electronics. What was I doing? Oh, zip ties. On that side, no. Where's that come from? That guy just kind of does that. I kind of want those to go over the top. Does it really matter where it goes? No, you know what? I want those going over the top. You can put them wherever. I want them going certain places. It's my printer. I do what I want. Yeah, the advantage of not having a backpack is you don't have to flip your printer over to do basic maintenance on it. So, you know, that's kind of a thing going for it. Got that going for us, which is nice. How often do you maintenance on them though? When stuff breaks, which isn't that often, luckily. It has been a while since I've actually done actual, oh shit, something broke on my Voron. I've had a wire break on the LDO V2 kit. And I've done upgrades, so tap and whatnot. But in terms of like something actually broke and I have to like work on the machine, this one, it's been over a year. That one was only the one time, and same with the Trident. I did work upgrading them versus, you know, fixing, because nothing broke. So. Potato, tomato. Ooh, I got a bunch. Who's DM me while I'm streaming? Here we're using your backpack as your range bag. I got stopped by TSA in the States. I brought it a bunch to the States. It's been over this, like I haven't gone to the Pew Pew range in years, and that has been on planes and all kinds of fun stuff multiple times without issue. So. What is the planned melting of toasty? Yeah, well, that's the front falling off, which I want to remind you is not normal. Like, I do want to remind you that the front falling off is not normal. Okay, so now I need to take all these wires that are a total hodgepodge of a disorganized mess and make them look kind of clean. We got this wire. And where is the other wire? Are you the other wire? Or you are the other wire? Okay, so that is all that. So you're gonna come under there, and you're gonna come up. So let's see if I can get a good, I don't think I can get a great camera angle on this. Mobile is not gonna be useful. That's just gonna focus on the wrong thing. Let's go mobile. So I move you here. Move all these out of the way. Knock over everything because I got a cable trapped in here. Let's see. Move you there. Put you guys down here. Knock over all those models that I printed. That's too short. That ain't gonna work. And that's gonna fall down. And that might work. That might work. As long as I can't see. That's gonna fall. That is gonna fall. That kind of works. Deal with it. Yes, I know it's on an angle. I'm aware. Okay, so all this has to kind of go in here. And we gotta sleeve it all. So what I need is you're gonna go behind here. You're gonna hide down there. So we're gonna put one zip tie around that to kind of hold it. Yeah, Yeah, we got the what's the cinematic name for the Dutch angle? We got Dutch angles here. That is all those wires, including that. Okay. So we're good there. So that goes there. Now I need to sleeve all of this. Something is wrong or something is about to happen. Well, okay then. So luckily, most of this is already connected at the end, so I don't have to figure out what wire's what. Mostly. They mostly come out at night. Mostly. I don't think I need this much of it, but I got it. Travolta Battlefield. Oh, that was such a bad movie. Why are you talking about Battlefield Earth? Out of all the movies to ever exist, that is one of them, and it is not a good one. Starting to get near the end here. Wow, this is a horrible camera angle. Blah. What do I do? Oh yeah, this is gonna get input shaper, don't worry. It will. Okay, so let's see, how much more do I need? All the way front, all the way over. You go there. Oh, I've got plenty. Yeah, there we go. We got plenty. Plenty is sleeved. Okay, so cut you right about there. Hopefully there's no wire in there. I did this once, and when I was cutting the extra, I sliced a wire right in half, and I'm like, damn it. There we go. Okay. Where did I put those guys? What did it say? If I remember correctly, the story itself, like the novel, was written by the guy who created Scientology, I think. It was not a good movie. A lot of plot holes. A lot of plot holes. So I will say, I don't know if they changed it or if I'm misremembering, because this guy right here, this connector thingy, I remember on the V Minion, it broke very easily, and now it's not. So I don't know if they changed the design or if I'm just putting it together differently, but that's good. And yes, I actually really like how the Eva looks. Like, I think the Eva looks really good for a tool head. It's beefier than the old Eva, which I like. I like strong. Zip tie that somewhere, but that looks, I like it. Yeah, I can dig it. Now we got to figure out this. It is updated? Okay. That milkshake is evil. McDonald's milkshakes are evil. It's going straight to my thighs. Okay, let's see. 1 second. Okay. Almost ordered a 500. That would be a big printer. That would be quite large. Is there a clip? I'm assuming that back piece, which I don't think I have. I've got these, which I don't know what these are for. One says L. I've got these, which are for the panels. I've got handles. This says R. Enclosure 2.0 printed parts. I don't know what these are for. L. Let's see what the enclosure guide says. Let's see. V Core 3.1 manual. Wiring, firmware, and RatOS. Where's enclosure? Oh no, this is not the enclosed one. Enclosed. Enclosure panels. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. This, yeah, this right here. What is this? Okay, so that goes... What are these tabs? So this is the okay, so this is what I'm looking at. Optional extras. Okay. What does that attach to? Oh, does that... Okay, I can see that going there, but then where does this... Oh, it attaches like this. Oh, it goes where the... No, what is this tab for? There's nothing there. Unless it's further... Oh, it's further down. Oh, I see. It's like here. Then where does this go? Unless... Oh, I have it backwards. Yeah, that goes there. Okay. I see, said the blind man. I see. Okay. There we go. I see. I see, said the blind man. The budget is about to start. We have a budget? What budget? We ain't got no budget. We got a budget for me losing my Allen keys every 5 minutes. That's what we have a budget for. Where'd you go? I missed you so. Over here. Oh. Aha, found you. Reality new printer. Did they fully announce it? Because I've seen the teases on Twitter so far. But a tease, a printer is not. There should be a green part that catches the cable from the toolhead that you screw in first in the middle. Okay, let me take a look. I've got a bunch of these parts. This, I'm assuming. Howdy from Texas. Hello there. Okay. Assuming that goes roughly in the middle. That looks middle-ish. Okay. So move this all the way forward, move that all the way to a corner. That is as long as that has to go. That's gonna go there. Now, for this, I don't know how I'm gonna run the filament. Probably something out of the back. We'll see, so I'm not gonna shorten that yet. We'll see what we gotta do for filament feeding. I'm gonna run this right about there. Get myself some zippy ties. How am I out of zip ties? Where are my zip ties? I gotta buy zip ties. I've got 2 left. Core XY printer at Ender 3 price levels. Well, it comes down to economies of scale. How cheaply can you build that printer and sell it and still make money? That is the thing. Like, as somebody with a machining or not a machining, a mold making background, I'm very curious to know what the profit margins are on a bamboo machine. Because I know, like, you make a killing on Enders, like, but that's using all off-the-shelf components, nothing custom. The bamboo, custom electronics, the entire enclosed, the frame is all stamped metal, so they had to buy all the tooling for all that. Like, I really want to know what their profit margin is on that. So for, like, Creality to come out with an Ender that's basically emulating, well, K1 or whatever the heck they're going to call it, that's basically doing everything the bamboo does, it's got to be either cheaper or better. And it's Creality, so I highly doubt it's going to be better. You never know, though. So it's got to be cheaper. It's got to be cheaper for them to grab the market. Because if it's crap, look at the Ender 7. And we just end up where we were before. So. Dang it, I input this. And I can just kind of go there. Good enough. Okay. This goes there. Go. Ever get my hands on a snap maker? I think they if I remember who they are, they reached out to me at one point and then I replied and I never heard back. So no. But there's larger profit margin on the accessories, hot end parts, filament. Yeah, I think that's kind of their thing, is basically sell the machine. It's a loss leader. It's like how grocery stores don't make money on milk. They sell milk at a loss to get you in the door. I think they're kind of doing that, where basically they're getting you to buy the printer so that you get in their ecosystem, so you buy stuff from them that they make more money on. And then hopefully, you know, somebody who gets into 3D printing and only uses bamboo machines isn't going to know how to do a PID tune And they're gonna get used to a certain ecosystem of machine, and they're gonna hopefully stay in that ecosystem. Ah, shoot, where'd that go? No, where'd you go? Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Dang it, I can't get at. Stupid T-nut moved on me. Dang it. Where'd that go? Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Where? Damn it. But fucking fell down and I can't get at it. Well, that sounds like a job for future me to deal with. There we go. It can't, it's trapped. There's like things on each side, so it ain't going anywhere. Okay. So we got that. So now I got the bed. So the bed here is gonna come down here. Gonna come out, and that's gonna be heater 0. So, chop this. What time are we at anyways? Are we 4:15? Don't forget, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. So make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament at the end of the stream. Do this now. Ferrules, always use ferrules. And then this guy is going to go right about there. having some issues, though. They're already shipping the new X1s with upgraded parts. People in their Discord are seeing more and more issues. Yeah, I've said it many times. It is a first-gen product from a brand new company. It is what it is. It's a first-gen product from a new company, and a lot of people bought into it. So expect some growing pains. Expect some growing pains. But I'm still trying to figure out why the P1P uses a completely different Toolhead controller board than the X1. They do the exact same thing, but it has completely different connectors and everything. Why don't you just make it the same? Clamps. Clamps. Where did I put the clamp? This desk was cleaned off like 2 weeks ago. Where's all this stuff on here? A Ryzen 1000. Yeah, Ryzen 1000 is ancient history at this point, though. Like, come on, that's what, 5-6 years ago, and they've completely knocked it out of the park since then. So. Like I'm running Ryzen 3000 on, 3 of my computers have Ryzen 3000 CPUs. Main computer is a 3950. This one's a 3700X, and the Unraid server is a 3100. And they're all solid. Did I get the T-nut? No, that's gonna be a future Taylor problem. I know where it is, but I don't want to. We're so close to finishing up the wiring. I'm just gonna. It's gonna be a future Taylor problem, which means I'm gonna forget about it. Okay, I gotta depin this because I gotta reuse the connector. Which RTV? The red stuff. High temp. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so now I gotta make this not look like ass. Upgraded clipper, awesome. Clipper's awesome. Because it's just software. You can throw it on any machine and it's just so much nicer. Okay. Okay. Ryzen 7000. All motherboards are expensive right now. I don't think anyone's making cheap motherboards. Even the B550 Tomahawk I have in my main computer that I just bought like a month ago was like over 200 bucks. Like, it's a good board, but it's still 200 bucks. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get something. This won't work. Okay, well, whatever. Let's play the hide everything in the wiring track game, where we just take all the electrical and we shove it in a hole, and then we cover it with something, and it looks good. It's my favorite game. So that's gonna go there. Cool. So you got to come down here over all of that, all that. There we go. Okay, so you come down here, heater 1, heater 0. B550. Yeah, I've got a 3950X on it right now. So I will say it's so much nicer in Resolve now. Like it's the 3700X that I had in there before. I didn't really have issues at all with it, but you know, going from an 8 core to a 16 core is kind of nice in a workload that can actually utilize it. So also, now I got 64 gigs of RAM in it. Yeah. Can somebody explain to me how a $2,500, or actually no, it's not that bad, an $1,800 MacBook Pro ships with a 8 gigs of RAM, and Apple finds that acceptable? That's non-upgradable either. That's what I want to know. High-end motherboards are skyrocketing the last 2 gens. Yep. That it is. Okay, so you gotta come out. So you're gonna go there, and you are gonna snap on and hopefully not break. There we go. Because Mac OS doesn't waste RAM like Windows. Yeah, but when I still fire up a program that puts me into, you know, over 16. Yeah, like when I'm editing with Resolve, I'm using a lot more than like 16 gigs of RAM. Different than Windows. Yeah, but it's when you're still running applications that use a lot of RAM. Yeah, like if all I'm going to do is sit in my Starbucks and work on a script, then yeah, 8 gigs is fine. Personally though, I still think it's BS that they're charging you that much for 8 gigs, just because who are ecosystems efficient saddling you for the next several years with a laptop that you can't upgrade the RAM with only 8 gigs of RAM when you don't know what the software future is going to look like in the next 8 years. Because Apple laptops work forever. Yeah, people are still using them, but you can't upgrade anything in them now. So I could see if it was upgradable, but selling you something that could potentially be severely limited with no upgrade path in a year or two, that's what I don't agree with. Like, it's a Pro. It should come with Pro stuff. Also, they charge you $250 for 8 more gigs of RAM. Yes, I know it's soldered on, it's not the same, but still. Charging you $250 for 8 gigs of RAM. It's highway robbery. But it's Apple, so they get away with it. Because people keep buying it. Yeah, but you could still have applications that are RAM heavy, like video editing. You know, if I load up a few 4K files on my computer when I'm editing, you know, a 20-minute video, I'm using a decent amount of RAM. Also, it'd be really annoying to buy a laptop now for my current use case and then go, hey, oh shoot, I need a little bit more RAM. Well, I guess I got to buy a whole new laptop because I can't upgrade it. How many years did they get away with shipping iPhones with like 8 gigs of RAM or storage, or 16 gigs or whatever it was? How many years did they get away with doing that for before they finally upgrade, like increase the base level amount? Yeah, 16 gigs I could see being okay for base level, but 8 gigs of RAM, like, and charging you $250 for 8 gigs of RAM, when, like, you know, even what, let's see, DDR5. Now, yes, I know it doesn't use sticks, but you can get 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM for $109 Canadian, and it's RGB. For 32 gigs. There, even cheaper. Not like that's $60 less for 4 times more. But instead of, you know, having a whole socket, we just take the RAM and solder it onto our board. So why is it more? Why is it more? Because you pay for it. Yeah, that RAM's a lot faster. Yeah, it is. I don't think M1 Max use that fast RAM. It's, you know what I liken it? You know what I find it akin to? In Canada, you used to have to qualify for certain credits for electric vehicles. You have to have an electric vehicle in a certain price range. I think it's like under 35,000 Canadian. Okay. Nobody does that anymore. Okay, that's gone. So it hasn't been a thing for a while. So what Tesla did is they took their base model, Model 3, and then they sold it. All they did was take the base model car and then they sell it for under that amount. But what they did was they artificially, like, they went into the software and they limited the battery to like half the range. So they had a car that was under 35,000 so they could get the discounts of the rebates for the fleet, because they have to have a model under a certain amount. But nobody bought that car. That car existed on paper because nobody would buy that. So base model Max with 8 gigs of RAM, especially the Pro variants, are paper machines. Why would you waste the money? Now, apparently the MacBook Pro 14-inch comes with 16 gigs base. That one makes sense, in my opinion. That one makes a bit of sense. But the 13-inch starts at 8 gigs. That I don't like. Can you tell I was looking at Macs the other day? I'm tempted to look for something for editing on the go while I'm traveling to these events. That way, if I want to make content while I'm at an event, I can edit a video and put it out. And then I started seeing all the prices and everything, and I'm like, no, oh hell no. That's a no for me. Because somebody linked me, and it's like, yeah, I know it's different. I know it's not, you know, one-to-one comparison, but somebody linked me this. Like, oh, if you got, you know, editing, cool. So we got a NVIDIA RTX 3060. We've got a 15-inch screen, 165 hertz, i7, 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM for $1,200. And it's a last gen, but it's an i7 2700H. So yeah, you know, there's certain applications that, you know, M1 or M2 would probably beat it. Also, you get, you know, a lot. It has Ethernet. That's an Ethernet port. You could plug in an Ethernet cable for $11.99. But it doesn't look as good when I'm editing my novel at a Starbucks. I've been wanting to play with them. I've been wanting to try out Mac for a while now. Ever since they came out with the M1 chip, like legit, I really want to try out a Mac, right? Especially for like editing and whatnot. I think I could actually justify it, especially a laptop. But I can't justify the cost for what you get. That's the problem that I don't like. I probably shouldn't be balling up this thermistor wire so much, but I don't think it's a big deal. Just trying to... As long as you don't break the wire, you're good, right? There we go. Nope, nope. There we go. Look how clean that looks. Should probably turn the camera on. Framework laptop. I've looked into those. They don't seem too bad, but they're, yeah, for editing you would want a GPU with a Windows laptop, and they don't have them yet. There we go. So I'm gonna put some ties here, just to zip tie that there. Put a zip tie there. This is pretty okay. I'm gonna put a tie down here so I can zip tie this there so that doesn't move. None of this is moving. That comes right out into there. That is that. This, I love this cable channel. I love this cable channel. This thing is so nice. And there's a ton of room in there. So yeah, there we go. That is that. So now I got to wire up this. This needs power. So before we do that though, I'm going to plug in the printer and make sure it all turns on still. I know they're going to launch full GPU models, but 16-inch. Although I'm pretty sure a Ryzen machine would be decent because I got a decent iGPU. Okay, hopefully no sparks. That fan is Blowimatron levels of loud. 16 too big? No, I'd just rather have a smaller laptop if I'm bringing a laptop around. I have a beefy 16-core desktop if I need power. I like small when it comes to portable. Just get a Mac Mini. Actually, yeah, just buy a Mac Mini and plug it into the TV at the hotel. Actually, no joke, that would probably be pretty decent. Buy a used M1 Mac Mini and just plug it into the most hotel TVs have HDMI in, right? A Steam Deck. Yeah, use a Steam Deck. I don't think DaVinci Resolve would like being on a 1280 by 800 monitor though. Use cheap air. I've looked, they don't, the thing is Macs hold their value too good. So what do we need? What do we need? Oh, so I need cables to power this. So how do I power this? It's 2, right? You want 2. Do I have... I want good cables for this because because you want to use good cables for this. And I don't know where they are. Well, yeah, I'll figure it out later. There's 1. I gotta buy DuPont. That's what I gotta buy. I am all out of DuPont connectors. That's what I need to buy is DuPont connectors. I am all out of DuPont connectors. And this is something I should probably have DuPont connectors for. So. Yeah, max out video encoding, all that, but yeah. So the Raspberry Pi, they want 4 cables. So they got ground. Okay, so there to there, there to there. And then 5 volt to 5 volt, and then ground to ground. Yeah. So. Yeah, they really want you to have extra redundancy in this guy. Use a lot of those JSTs. Yeah, I think I can use JSTs for this. It's just I don't have DuPonts, so I'm hoping I can use JSTs for this. I should be able to. I don't see why not. Yeah, I could just use JSTs. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. So I need a 3, and then a 1. Yeah, we'll wire that up later. I'll just order some DuPonts. I need some. Ever run a cable outside of a wall adapter? What? Should use the Pi header. Yeah, there is a Pi header on here, isn't there? Power det. Where is the Pi header on here? There is a Pi header on here. Raspberry Pi header, which is right. Is this it? No, this is it. So 5 volt ground, 5 volt. Yeah, so you would use these 4 right here, right? 5 volt ground, 5 volt ground, and then there's TX and RX, which is there. Yeah. Yeah, so you would pull, and then you could, I probably would just connect this via UART at this point. You might as well just connect it via UART at this point. Because if you're gonna run power to it, you might as well connect it via UART. So I need to make up a wire harness for this so we could do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many in is that? Raspberry ground, so that is, how many is that? 1 and 2, oh dang it, it's more than 5, okay. And then TX and RX, so yeah, I gotta make a cable for that. No, New York, why don't you like UART? What's wrong with UART? Uses the USB stack for a bunch of tricks, so please use, oh, okay, well in that case I gotta hook up USB, so where is USB? I need USB. I need an USB cable. I had an USB cable. Where is that USB cable I had? I've got a million of them, but I had a white one with a 90-degree bend that I wanted to use. Make it all nice and clean looking. USB. Where is the USB? I had it the last time I fiddled with this. Yeah, if it's RatOS needs it for a reason, that makes sense. Somebody go back and watch the last stream and tell me where I put that USB cable. Because I don't know where I put it. Did I put you down here? Throw you in the bin of things that I will put away properly one day and never do? No. DFH no longer carries not a Prusa. That's his story. He can do what he wants. I got a feeling the only ones he had, he sold out of, and he just didn't get more. Might not have been worth it for him. I use UART too, but I want to do things like buy the manual. Oh, here it is. And apparently RatOS does something special with USB, like it wants USB. So. There we go. Zip tie that there. So we'll do what the boss says. While I lose my zip ties for the millionth time today. They're yellow, green, and blue. I have a bundle of them. How do I lose them on this desk every 2 minutes? Seriously. Because they fell on the floor, that's why. Here's the thing. Oh, but going back to the laptop, I'm probably not even gonna. I have a laptop already. I was just kind of seeing what's out there if I decided to get a laptop that I could also use for editing on the go, because the one I have is it's a ThinkPad and it's only got a 6th gen i5 dual core, so it's not exactly the most powerful. But for everything I've used it for up till now, it's been fine. It's just, you know, trying to edit on it is a little bit different. Actually, I got it right here. Yeah, but it runs Linux Mint. See, this is the size I like for a laptop. Open. Like, I think this is a good size for a laptop. There we go. Firmware configuration will be 10 minutes. Cool. So I think we're gonna call it there. I still need to run power to that. I don't want to make up cables right now because I'm kind of lazy. I was hoping I could reuse some stuff, but I think I like used up all my connectors that I've already. Yeah, I could steal some of this. Okay, so what is it? So it's ground and power. So power is top. Okay. That comes down there, and that's ground and power. Okay, cool. Here comes the part where I try to feed more cables into this overstuffed stack of stuff. Okay. Actually, no, that doesn't go there. That goes, where is the power cable on this? On the stack. So it's this one. So we got 5-volt ground. Okay, so it goes over here. 5-volt in ground. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get DuPonts. This isn't gonna fit. That kind of fits. Yeah, it kind of fits. I'm only gonna be able to run those ones though. Yeah, I gotta get DuPonts for this to make this viable. And not Prusa Mini. No, that's the only one I've ever built. Just buy a legit Prusa at this point. Or actually buy a Saval SV06. Unless you want to build a printer. If you're looking for a printer kit to build, why not a V-Minion? That might be a valid choice. Too broke for Prusa. Then buy a Saval SV06. That is kind of the current go-to for a printer that's budget and worth the money. Heatsink around the metal connector with no plug. Oh no, the plug fits on. I just can't fit 2 of them. So it wants 2 of them just for like redundancy, and so it's got smoother power delivery, but I can't fit 2 on right now with these GST, so I'm just gonna have 1. So it'll work. It just won't work, you know, guaranteed, basically. What do I think about this wall? SV06 Plus. It's an SV06 but bigger. So if you like the SV06 but you want bigger, get an SV06 Plus. But on big bed flingers like that, I'm hesitant to recommend them over the stock size. Only get it if you need the bigger printer. If you don't need the bigger printer, you don't need it. Get as big as you need, not as big as you want when it comes to 3D printers. How time are we at anyways? Oh, we got like 10 minutes left. Basically, this is going to power up. I'm going to take a picture of all the lights on just to make sure it's all working. And then that's going to be it for the stream. Or at least for the build portion of the stream. Easy peasy lemony squeezy. So what is it? Is it 5 volt ground? Is that how it goes? Yeah, 5 volt ground. Yeah. That didn't connect. There we go. There we go. Okay. Power. Power. I have the power. Do you have the power? I've got the power. Just double check that header one more time. 5 volts on the outside. Yep. Okay. Cool. Go. There we go. That status LED is blinking away. And power. Neat. It's alive. It's alive. Okay, so got more zip tie holders. And there's no SD card in there. There's nothing to flash. Do I have an SD card? I hope I got SD cards. I should have SD cards. How does that compare footprint? Right, this is bigger. This is bigger. Much bigger. But you gotta remember, the stock machine is only as tall as this. Because this part is the enclosure one. So if you don't want the enclosure, you don't put this on the machine. Well, you don't put it on, it's part of the frame, but you would have a different frame. So. That looks really clean. I like how this turned out. This turned out really nice. Is there any electronics cooling? Not on this one, but putting a fan in here shouldn't be too hard. Like I've got fans that I could literally, I'm probably just gonna VHB a fan here and a fan here and just blow across the side and call it a day. So you go there and you're gonna zip tie up there. Okay. So like there's tons of free fan headers in here, so you could put fans wherever you want. Like I mean, technically, I do have this. I still have a blow emitter on here. This one's only 1.2 amps. Anyone have any advice for carpal tunnel, ligament, or tendon pain? Let's go see a doctor. Excuse me, this is a 3D printing live stream. That's a little bit out of the area of what I would call my expertise. No offense, but that's not something me or I don't think really anyone in this channel, unless, you know, if is there a doctor in the house? And if there is, do you trust random internet doctor? Yeah, go talk to a medical practitioner. You live in America. Oh, I feel sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. In that case, GoFundMe. GoFundMe, Patreon. What else is American healthcare system made up of? What else? There's a Patreon, GoFundMe. Trying to remember what else are the healthcare providers in the States that you can rely on. I mean, you could just go into debt and declare bankruptcy. That's always another option. Oh, thoughts and prayers. That's the other thing too. That's how pretty much everything in the States is GoFundMe, thoughts and prayers. Have you thought about creating an OnlyFans? That might help. Oh, and no more avocado toast. Stop with your avocado toast. That's totally the reason. Powerball. Oh yeah, you gotta win the lottery too. Just win the lottery. Quit slacking. Win the lottery. Call it a day. Geez, kids these days, they can't just win the lottery, eh? Bill C11. Oh, believe me, I know all about C11. I am not a fan of that bill. You got the carpal tunnel from the stuff he was doing his OnlyFans. Ah, jeez. Well, then it should be covered under workplace insurance, right? You should have workplace insurance to cover that. I mean, I don't have workplace insurance, but I live in Canada, so I can kind of get away with that. Wouldn't bear arms help? Well, yeah, you are American. Shouldn't your bear arms be okay? Like, should be able to handle that? I'm gonna take you out right now because I don't think we need you in there. There we go. Sell your organs for medical help. There you go. Sell your blood. People sell blood all the time in the States, right? That actually looks really good. I am really happy how this turned out electronics wise. Heal it with freedom. Okay. So we got, there's the USB cable. Change the battery pack. The battery pack is charged, whatever. So we got all that. Hi, there's our cable chain. Mains is all in this corner. Whenever I do wiring, I like to keep like the mains all in its like own little corner. So we got all the mains there. Raspberry Pi, that comes down, and we got the tool head, which is that. Yes, I know technically this is supposed to go under there, but I like this. My printer, I do what I want. I do need something to shove this in here though. I need like a little filler to kind of keep that in there. But otherwise, she good. I like it. I like it a lot. And then I got these that I've got to hide. Where's the bottom panel? Are you the bottom panel? You're the bottom panel. Shove that under there at some point. What 4028 is it? I don't know. I can't see anymore because it's installed, but it was one that goes burr. It goes really burr. Like an ungodly amount of burr. So there we go. The printer is electronically done. All we need to do now is firmware, which will be the next stream. So, yeah. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. And we're going to be doing the giveaway in like not even 5 minutes. Like 2 minutes we're doing the giveaway. So make sure you enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Do this now while I take pictures for the Twitters. And I do put pictures on the Discord too. You fix the Wi-Fi? It should be okay. I'll be honest, most of those Wi-Fi issues we had on stream. Hepcat. Thoughts on Prusa's? Are you sure that's a Prusa Mark IV? I will say, yeah, we'll go back to that because why not? If I can find the tweet. Where is the tweet? Where is the tweet? I retweeted it, so there it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is Big Papa Joey P tweeted this out earlier today. So this is a bed slinger of the flinging variety. You can see the power cable there. So this is a Prusa because you can see the bed cable connector back here on there. You can see it right there. So this is a Prusa bed, but it's moving a little fast, and that I don't think the fan duct is the same as a normal Mark III. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's not an E3D heater block though. E3D heater blocks are different. So that's not an E3D heater block. So I don't know. I don't know which heater block that is. But either way, yes, this is fast. It's not as fast as bamboo, but it's fast. But what you're seeing though, what I notice, that print looks clean. Like yeah, you still have a little bit of the benchy line that you normally get, but this looks really clean. Mark IV, I don't know, because this is all we got. Wednesday is the new Friday, and then they haven't announced anything else. And David's like, Highway to the Danger Zone speed, Need for Speed. So Zuza's working on something. There's obviously a video of it. It's FU something, but yeah. So personally, I'm thinking it's Mark IV because it makes a lot of sense. Stuff they've developed for the XL will be backported to the Mark IV, along with stuff that was co-developed. And then they also have their input shaper they're working on for that. So and this one, oh, did they actually put up the K1? Or no, it's, yeah, so, okay, so it's just a demo page. So we got the K1, King of Speed. In Huizhou, China, all camera sees all. I'm gonna give you a PR tip. This is just, you know, a PR tip. I have no marketing background, okay? I took some classes in high school. But as a person of the North American continent, with current ongoing things, especially with balloons, if you are an Asian company from one of the bigger Asian countries, advertising your product saying all camera sees all, now recruiting experience officer. That is a little topical. I think that's a little topical. Yeah, just yeah. But we don't know anything about this. I'm gonna try sign up. Number of recruits too. Sure. Subscribe, fill out application for the share the landing page. Cool. What is this? Officer based names of the officer. What is this even? An email will send you to an experienced officer requiring you to give the address received in your. So basically, they want you to like sign up to try and win the free printer. Here's the thing: Creality's only ever reached out to me once. It was about the Sonic Pad, and it almost burnt my house down. I would love to try this out because it's obviously it's going to be content, and this is going to be the hot ticket thing because people are already tweeting all about it, trying to get views on it. But I really don't know if they're going to send me one. I'm not going to reach out to them and be like, give me a printer. If they want to send me one, they could send me one. But yeah, I don't know. It's not like, you know, a fast Core XY machine is something completely new on the market and is a game changer. It just depends on how good it is and how much it is. That's going to be the thing, is how good it is and how fast it is, or cost. Because it's a 32-bit Core XY. Hey, I guarantee you it'll be quieter than a Bamboo. As long as I use TMCs like a normal company does. But the AI camera. Yeah, I don't trust AI cameras in my machines. I really wish I could disable that machine for security reasons because I don't want them knowing. Remember, everything that camera sees goes through the web, through the cloud. And here's the thing. They might not do anything with it. How much do you trust their network security? Because people get hacked all the time nowadays. And it's not so much what they're doing with it, it's what the people that hack them do with it. And I don't want my info on the cloud. Use a piece of duct tape. I might. Okay, let's do this giveaway. We're a little late. Great spreadsheet, because I gotta go to Costco and then figure out dinner. Wheel of names. Delmar, you're slacking. You are not in the top people to enter this time. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Let's go pizza time. Maybe. Just gave hackers 9 million Oz and New Zealand passports and driver's license. That's the thing. It's not so much that, you know, my data, what I'm doing with my printer is going to a company. Who cares? It's what happens if somebody gets access to that. What can they do with that? That's what I'm more worried about. Like, yeah. Okay. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Somebody give me a number between 10 and I don't know, I'm just gonna say 10, and whatever the first number pops up is gonna be, I'm gonna shuffle that many times just to see who jumps the gun this time. 16, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, computer already knows. The computer knows all. Knows everything. Be nice to the computer, because it will take over one day. Opa? UXopa? 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 Well, you're one of one, so there we go. So congratulations, you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. So congratulations, everyone. Golf claps in chat. Golf claps in chat. It's also a super slippery slope to relax on what data goes where. Exactly. Like, here's the thing. Like, I grew up with the internet, right? Like, I've had a YouTube account since 2006. I had a MySpace, MSN Messenger. Like, I grew up, like, through the internet. Like, we had our first, I was born in 88, right? So I grew up with the internet. And we used to be all loosey-goosey. Now it's like you're starting to realize how much information about me is out there. Like, before I created my YouTube account, like before I went serious, or not crazy, before I went serious as a YouTuber, I went digging, trying to find old accounts on forums that I had just to see what I had. Cause I'm like, okay, there are people, I'm a face on the internet now. Okay. There are bad actors on the internet. I don't need somebody stumbling across some random page that I was on a forum back when I was in grade 7, because I don't know what I posted back then. I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. So it's like, what do I have out there if I search my name? And I had a Rooster Teeth account with a bunch of like pictures on there that should not have been on there because they gave away too much info and stuff. It's like weird. It's like, oh yeah, because back when you're a teenager and the internet's new, it's like whatever. MySpace page, I still had my MySpace page was up, took that down. But yeah, there was a bunch of stuff. There was a bunch of stuff I had to sanitize. Facebook, oh my God, Facebook. I deleted so many pictures off Facebook. IRC logs, yeah. So, at least I didn't play a lot of Modern Warfare, and I never had an Xbox, so I don't have to worry about voice chats coming out of that era. So we're good there. Okay. So I'm gonna call it there. This was a fun stream. So again, shout out to RatRig for sending this kit over. Shout out to Mandela for the bed and also the panels that we're gonna be putting on. So the plan is, hopefully if all goes well, next Tuesday for stream, we'll get the software all set up, get all the firmware set up, and do all the calibration stuff and maybe like a little demo print. And then what I'll do is we'll get the enclosed up, and then next Tuesday will be the recap stream. So we yeah, OGK, just like Linus. So we're gonna be wrapping this build up near the same time as the V0. Does anyone else want, what printer am I gonna build next? I need to figure out another. Oh, they got the Delta. I can go back to fiddling with the Delta. And hopefully the stuff will be in to upgrade that with tap. So panels when? Probably next week or the week after, one or the other. It depends how easy they are to put on. So we're gonna call it there. Again, shout out to RatRig, shout out to Mandela. They're not paying me, words and opinions are my own. They only sponsor me by sending me the kit that I get to keep. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we give away every stream. Check them out, links and more in the video description. Affiliate links, they don't cost anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Also check out the merch store. I don't pimp my own merch store enough. Go check out the merch store. Go buy an Only Benji's hat, it's really cool. Or an apron, I sell aprons. And for those of you that donate to the stream, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. So we're gonna end it there. Don't forget, Friday, community challenge. So this Friday is the community challenge stream. Go join the Discord, link in the description, go down to the bottom, there's a page there, how to enter. You gotta print something with 50 grams of filament or less. Go do this now. So yeah, let me check we're good, cool. Be safe out there, wash your hands. I'm going to Costco, bye.